Yo, 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 yo! We're back. We're back, guys. We are back. Guys, as you walk in, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Like always, thank you for tuning in to Cal Culture Radio. It is September 11th, which is a historical day. If people don't remember what happened in September 11th, we will talk about that later on today's show. But we do, me and Hakeem do remember that tragic moment in American history when the Twin Towers suddenly got taken down by two hijacked planes. What a historical moment that was, Hakeem. At that time, Hakeem, I think I was in what, middle school? You was in like what, high school? About to get ready
Yep.
to graduate?
Yep. No,
Tragic,
no.
tragic moment in American history. And today
Yeah.
we celebrate and honor everybody that lost their lives. I can quickly talk about that moment when it came to the aspect of September 11th.
I was at work when it came in. We was watching it through the news, and you know, what I mean, when we seen the planes hit, I was like, "Damn, what's going on?" You know, sometimes at that first we thought it was like a movie skit, but we was
Yeah.
like, it was real. I have family in New York. They was like, "Yeah, they just hit us." I'm like, "Who? They hit
So
us?"
imagine, so imagine how came you dealt with September 11th, you
Mm-hmm.
dealt with COVID,
COVID.
the shutdown, which is also a historical moment, and then now, of course, when it comes to Charlie Kirk being assassinated, it's just totally amazing. And we're gonna talk about that more shortly as the world, not the world, but as the United States mourn over Charlie Kirk being assassinated. And not only that, we're gonna also deep dive to different people's reaction when it came to aspect of finding news out yesterday when he was shot dead at Utah Valley University. But before we do that, like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Shout out to everybody that's watching us on Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Make sure you follow. It's so very important for you guys to follow us so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to those right now watching us on Rumble and also X and TikTok and Bingo Live. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this lovely Turned Up Thursday. Hakeem, moving along to sports. So over the weekend during the Baltimore and Buffalo game, Hakeem, a fan from the Buffalo Bills pushed Lamar Jackson helmet, you know, like this, and pretty much got a reaction from Lamar Jackson. Go ahead, Hakeem, play that clip. Shout out to Waha is also in the building.
Wow, highs in the building.
You know, he slapped. I seen him slap D Hop, but you know I wasn't really. He slapped me, and then he's saying he talking. So I just forgot who I was for a little bit, But you gotta think in those situations. You got security out there. Let security handle it, But I just let my emotions get the best of me. But hopefully it don't happen again.
So it won't happen again, Hakeem, because that fan is banned for attending any Buffalo game, and he did make a reaction, apologize to the league, also to Lamar Jackson, and apparently because of what happened with Lamar Jackson going within the fan, pretty much the guy said he suffered like a quote unquote allegedly a neck injury. But Hakeem, what is your thoughts on the fan shoving Lamar because the Buffalo Bill was down by the second half? Go ahead.
So now
First half. Go ahead.
I looked at that video. He hit somebody else's helmet too, so I didn't think it was. I thought somebody like tapping shoulders.
Right.
So the way I looked at it, it didn't seem like he shoved him.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean? It
No, he
seemed
did. He
like
shoved him
oh
because he pushed his head. But you
but
can't do that. Remember, he's a quarterback. You can
yeah, that
you
is
can hurt his
true.
name.
But the point is, the prior guy who he tapped on the head with the helmet, he was. You know, how somebody said like
Yeah.
give him like a way to go. So I don't think he should be banned about that. He didn't call him an N word. I just think he did what most sports guys do. Um, I think we need to revisit this.
Oh no,
Uh,
totally. We will revisit this because I think he's trying to take legal action, but he's not gonna win because you cannot do that to any former NFL player, especially when it comes to aspect on the field.
mhm.
So, but sometimes these fans get too wrapped up when it comes to aspect of their team. But when it comes to the NFL players, you cannot put your hands on them at all. Now, is there some time when they celebrate and they go in the crowd and they hug it and they dance and do all what they doing? That's fine. But when you like doing a like emotional reaction to that, you can't do that. Even Waha would tell you that you're not allowed to do that. It would get you banned, and that's what happened to that gentleman there. Shout out to White House, also the building. He could remember when it happened with September 11th. He said we lost a good economy and freedom of walking through an airport without getting undressed. That is a fact when it came to September 11th. And moving on to other sports news, I came. So the NFL, remember the first game last week when it was the Chargers versus the Kansas City Chiefs over there in Brazil? YouTube debut became his most watched live stream ever. And the only reason why Hakeem it was streaming on different platform, a lot of YouTubers, famous YouTubers like High Soul Speed, another force I forgot another sports famous streamer was also streaming the game too. And also you had Mr. Beast who also made it pretty much a premiere on in the game in Brazil, also brought in the traffic. So it had more than 17.3 million people tune in to the YouTube first ever exclusive NFL game. Hakeem, what is your thoughts on that when YouTube is now streaming NFL games?
So
And it was for free. Keep that in mind. It was for free.
I want people to understand, and I want to why high after you and Roni explained it. You are correct. I didn't think about that as in that sentence because I just thought it was like a friendly pat, but you should not touch NFL players. But I want people to remember 90% of the developing world all have Androids.
Yeah,
All of them have Androids. So
facts.
just especially in Brazil, like people think iPhone is the number one. Maybe in westernized places like Australia, UK, and here. So that makes sense for it to be so much streamed. Most of the people in Brazil got YouTube and they can click on Android and they got a YouTube app that doesn't you don't take much data. So I know it's a big win. So this is just a big win for Google.
It is. It's a big one for YouTube, and I think they're gonna do it again. I think they probably might do it around the Super Bowl time. If they do that around the Super Bowl time, they're gonna generate a lot of more viewership and a lot of more money. And let's keep it in mind, since NFL made its debut back this week, the viewership been out of control. One game had 23 million views. I think the Buffalo Bills game had 23 million views. You already see this. The Saturday night, the Friday night game has 17.5 million views. I came. The list goes on and on and on and on. People are excited to see football back, and this is why the viewership is up. Why I say this? He said basketball player receive more touching from fans than any sports. That is correct. That is correct.
Yeah, yeah.
But when it comes to football, particular, they do not play now. Basketball, I think there's some lenience to it, but that one right there, they do not play with. But like you say, Waha, do not touch any of the athletes. So guys, if you go to this game, do not touch the athlete at all. It could get you banned from the stadium. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Of course, people are still mourning and still shocked by the situation what happened with Charlie Kirk. Our prayer and condolences do go to his family. And today is an honorable Remembrance Day of September 11th. So we will talk about that later on in the show, and also different people reaction to Charlie Kirk being assassinated on broad daylight. Moving along to money. Money makes the world go round. Money makes our pockets fat. So Hakeem, J.A. World pretty much she featured on Dave Ramsey talks about financial literacy. Let's listen in. Go right ahead, play that clip.
is wealth. And if you are not budgeting line items on your budget that have to do with your well-being, not just, you know what I'm saying, like what kind of jewelry you have and what kind of clothes you have and what kind of car you drive, you've got it twisted. You've forgotten about the main thing. Okay. And there's folks all the time who will say, well, Jade, I'm getting out of debt. And so they do crazy things like not carry insurance. And they do crazy things like skip out on their physical every year because they don't want to pay the copay. And I'm like, guys, our bodies are so important. What's the point of doing this whole thing if we're not going to take care of ourselves in the process? What's the point of doing all this if we are not going to be healthy and here for our families? We got to do both, and you can do both. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying like now's the time to like, you know, go get some Swedish treatments in Sweden. I'm saying now is the time to just look practically and say, okay, am I equally valuing my body and my health and what I eat and what I put into my body? Or am I just like forgetting all about that and just going cheap, 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 cheap? Health is wealth. And if you are not budgeting line items on your budget that have to do with your well-being, not...
Hakeem, does she make a point? The aspect of health is wealth. Go
Brother,
ahead.
she is 100% correct. And we all know my journey, me losing weight, me trying to lose weight, me eating healthy, me taking supplements. I'm here drinking water. So she's correct. If you're not budgeting money to make sure you're correct, regardless of how much money you save, your heirs is just going to spend it. Your benefactors, you have to take care of yourself. If it's not for you, it's for your family. So get up and walk, go take your physicals, make sure you check yourself. Ron always talks about this. A lot of us men are scared to go to the doctor, scared to get these checkups, and if not, a lot of us are smoking, and it's just not conducive.
And one thing we feel as people that's trying to get out of debt or people that are in debt, they forget about their medical expenses. I think it sometimes skips our mind. We more focus on like student loans, car note, house, mortgage, but we never put money aside when it comes to our medical, and pretty much our health. So pretty much what she stated is absolute fact that you gotta save money to have for your medical benefit, and not only that, but to have insurance. Some people actually cut their medical insurance and put money on something else, which makes no sense. Your medical insurance is the most important thing because something physically happened to you at your job, at your house, or you going or any place within the world, you're gonna always have that coverage. But some people just get it away because they focus on the wrong thing. But I'm glad that she was able to mention that. Hey, make sure you got money set aside for your medical benefit because that's very, very important. Because you want to be here to enjoy your wealth. Like Hakeem stated, if you're not here, your family members will enjoy your wealth too as well. Why I say this, American blacks are being charged with higher for home and auto insurance than any other nationality in America. I don't know why I have to do research on that. Now, when I understand when it comes to redlining, some of that could be true when it comes to homes. No, but when it comes to auto insurance, that one I have to look into. I don't know, Hakeem, do you have thoughts on that one?
There's some. I'm not going to disagree with him. If we can compare and contrast, I have heard some rumblings of that. You know what I mean, and stuff of people getting hired. I do know when you try to sell your house, they devalue a black house 50,000.
Yeah, we did a show.
We did a show on that. So there's some validity to what he's talking about.
I got to do more research on that one, and I got to get back with you on that. But moving along to other financial news, Hakeem. So High Show Speed over this past week gave his 70-year-old supporter a trip to Rome plus $1,000 in cash. Go right here, Hakeem. Play that clip. Go down. Right there.
So what's the place that you always wanted to go to? Like a country, like whatever. Like just a question.
Probably Rome, I don't know.
Rome?
Yeah.
Rome. Well, how about this? I give you a free trip to Rome. A free vacation trip to Rome.
What?
Would you want that?
Oh my God, of course.
You would want that?
Yeah.
Let's get her contact.
Let's do it.
Let's get her contact.
Really?
I'm being serious.
Oh my
I'm
God,
being
I
serious.
love you. Thank you so much.
I'm being serious.
What's your
Get her contact. And also, I wanted to give you some cash as well. Yes.
Find out in about 2 minutes.
Yes. Yes.
That's his number that she just said.
You
are
made my
such
day
a
today.
Wonderful guy.
You made my morning.
Oh my God.
You made my morning.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
You have no idea.
Oh, no,
Thank you so much.
No. You made my morning. Seriously.
So,
You made my morning. I never met nobody like you
no?
who actually watched my
There's people
streams
out there like us.
at
like
71.
me.
So what's the place that you always wanted to go to? Like a country, like whatever. Like just a question. No, not at your age.
I think they're
Not at your age.
They just can't come and find you. I got lucky finding you today.
Yeah, you did. But Denise, thank you seriously.
Thank you so much.
Everybody in the chat.
Thank you. You're a godsend. Thank you so much.
No, not at your age.
High Show Speed, Kai Sinet, these guys are always getting back Hakeem. But Hakeem, what's your thoughts of pretty much him blessing a 71-year-old fan?
You got but no choice but to love the guy. What else to say? He's proven why he should be rich. He's proven why he should keep making money. This is not the first time he get back, but we all know a lot of the old timers are strapped for cash. I don't think giving her $1,000 cash probably saved her from not eating. Because I worked with senior citizens before, and the most heartfelt thing you don't know is they don't know when their next meal is going to be at their age. And that's the worst thing to ever feel. Like, and I dealt with that, working for mom's meals, delivering food to them and knowing that, hey, this is all I'm able to eat for this week. And some of them are eating peanut butter and tuna cans and they got to go to Dollar Tree. So I got to give shout out to High Show Speed for that.
I ain't gonna lie, I actually did see the stream when she was at the moment when he was having interaction with her. They were talking about deep stuff. They were talking about things within the community. It was a really, really dope stream. She was very nice to him, showing him a lot of love. He couldn't believe she was 71 years old. He thought she was younger than that. But it's just that High Show Speed didn't know that the type of impact he's making on these kids' lives and also older adults too as well. He's pretty much the modern day celebrity. And he's still streaming right now. I think he's in Memphis, Tennessee. So he doing his thing. Shout out to him and also Kai Sinet. They're making an impact on these youth lives. They are. Shout out to Evelyn Perez. Hey, sweetheart.
Hey, Miss Perez.
Moving on to other financial news, Hakeem. So this is what's happened here. OnlyFans. Students are turning to OnlyFans to cover cost of Hakeem tuition. Ooh, it doesn't look good. So Hakeem, we already talked about this over and over and over again. College is becoming more and more expensive. So students are now turning to do OnlyFans to pay for their college tuition. Hakeem, what is your thoughts on students going to OnlyFans to pay for their college tuition because college tuition is going up?
I wonder how you sleep at night when you sell your soul.
It need money, bro. It is a job.
Listen, all money ain't good money. There's a lot of hardworking women out here who are working 2 jobs, who are working at Burger King, who is cleaning toilets, who doing this. And let me tell you something. They're not on OnlyFans. They're comfortable with the money we got. I'd rather those type of people than you getting on OnlyFans. I can't respect you. You're selling your body for pennies to the dollar. What your husband have to look at when the whole world done synced it digitally?
Yep. Hakeem, they gotta make the money somehow. And like they say, United States added 911,000 jobs. But look, it seems like people don't want that. They want the fast, easy access, easy money. So it seems like OnlyFans.
Listen,
a lot of these young guys are going to, and you got to keep it in mind too. Remember, it's a lot of these OnlyFans content creators are saying how much money they're making. They're making $1 million. They're making $1 million a year. They're making like $500,000 a month. So these young guys are believing it.
My cousin who's in the chat, and before I address it, why I say I'm a senior citizen, I get a free discount. No, stop that. But my cousin who's in the chat, and I don't know if
shout out to Kareem Stevens in the building.
Kareem Stevens and maybe Evelyn as well. I don't know her like that, but I know my cousin. She worked her ass off at a job. My other cousin worked their ass off. My aunties and stuff, they didn't have to go to OnlyFans to sell their soul. You're trying to get to a goal. Trust the process. Take a freaking loan. Do not sell your integrity. It's not that serious. It's the same.
But it's the same as stripping. Like some people used to strip to pay for college.
Yeah, and that's not good. And that's not good. Listen, the woman is the most sacred possession to the world. Her body should not be seen by nobody but her goddamn husband. What the heck? Her goddamn husband. Ain't nobody supposed to see it. I wish these industries wasn't there, because here's the thing. This is the reason why there's a lot of men in our group who have a lack of respect for men, lack of respect for women due to these industries, when women's supposed to be held to a higher regard.
Good point.
You know what I'm trying to say? So how a woman who has the power to have kids, we looking at her like a 304?
Kareem Stevens said that you can get paid millions, but you gotta pay taxes. That's fact. They never talk about the taxes part. Kareem, they never talk about the taxes part. But yeah, Evelyn said that that's what's selling nowadays. Yep. Women are selling their JJ online to OnlyFans. Like Hakeem said, selling their soul to the devil.
They're selling their soul to the devil. Can you sleep at night?
And now you're going to school the next day and your professor say, yo, I saw you on. That's not funny, but like, share, subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Shout out to that guy. Say, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. We're going to talk about later on with different people's reaction to Charlie Kirk being pretty much assassinated. There was some good, and also there was some bad, Hakeem. We're going to talk about that later on in the show. But before we do that, let's go on to hip-hop. Hip-hop. So, Hakeem, if you didn't know, you probably would know now. So, 50 Cent has purchased the right to pay in full Dame Dash, Hakeem, movie. He had bought the right to pay it in full, and now he's doing an own TV series with executive producer Cameron alongside with him, Hakeem. Alongside with him. And no, hold on, Hakeem, give me a second. And Dame Dash, on the next clip, the one after this one, go to the one at the bottom, Dame Dash respond to that. So go ahead, Hakeem, play that clip with Dame Dash responded to 50 Cent buying the right to pay in full. And then we're going to talk about
Cam just made a post, major announcement. I want to congratulate him for making 50 his new boss. So congratulations, Cam. 50 is now your new boss, and you're proud of it. Congratulations, my nigga.
He wasn't too happy, Hakeem. Mind you, paid in full was his idea. What's your thoughts on that? 50 buying the rights to it.
I love 50 Cent. My dream is to meet him one day, to soak some knowledge, because you want to know why? Powerful businessman. He eats with everybody. He pays everybody. Dame has a bad reputation with everybody he's ever dealt with. Nobody want to do business with him. 50 has beef with the whole world. He's able to... people forget, Cam and 50 was beefing at one point. It was getting serious. For them to squash that as grown men to come sit... Mind you, he sat on his show.
He did.
He sat on his show. And now he said, hey, I'm going to buy the rights and I'm going to make you executive producer. 50 Cent want everybody to eat. Just don't disrespect him. We're going to leave it like that.
Quick question, but why didn't he make Dame Dash executive producer? That's his. It's like, for example, Hakeem, you lose Chaos, someone comes to buy the rights to it and say, yo, I'm going to create another Chaos. You're not going to feel some type of way about it. That was how I understand how Dame feels some type of way about it. Cam, he don't want to put Cam on.
Listen, if I was an asshole when I lost this, everybody have every right not to want to deal with me. But if somebody say, hey, come get some money with me, I got to humble myself. But remember, Dame had rubbed 50 the wrong way when he had got his deal. Do you go look at the clip? He said, "Man, I just got $1 million deal." Dame told 50, $1 million ain't nothing.
Oh, I remember that. We covered that.
So remember, Dame rubs everybody the wrong way. Even though Dame has got a lot in it, made a lot of people to eat, but he's not a good person.
So people are wondering how will he continue that saga with Paid in Full, because keeping in mind, remember Cameron character, remember he was in jail. The tall guy, one of them, remember he was deleted. The other tall guy, remember he said he don't want to do it anymore. So I want to know how he's gonna pull on the series, see how it goes. But shout out to 50 Cent, he did buy it, but Dame made a quick response about it. And people are waiting for him to do an interview talking about Paid in Full. When he do that, guys, we will talk about it here on KL Culture Radio. So I'm waiting on that interview with Dame Dash talking about pretty much Paid in Full. But that's crazy, Hakeem. His dream got taken by 50 boy. 50. Moving along to other trending news when it comes to hip hop. So Hakeem, Tekashi 6ix9ine press Ain't Ross for playing the stream with Young Thug. Now that stream did get canceled, but go ahead, I can't play that clip.
But how you let a rat sit down with you, right, Thug? But then when just pull up is every excuse in the world. Nah, Steve's my friend. Me and Steve cool. Steve's my friend.
Well, that was the reason why. It was really the Steve shit.
But me and Steve's cool. So like my thing is like, nah, I want to be accepted by all my peers. Like you about to interview a rat on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm interviewing Young Thug on Sunday.
No, he's a rat. You didn't hear.
But I'm not. I understand what you're saying, but like I'm not involved in that street shit at all. I'm just there to ask the questions.
Yeah, but you involve yourself in street.
Yeah, but I would have been had you on stream, but the Steve Will Do It thing was really the reason why.
All right, the Steve Will Do It thing was in 2023, late 2023, and bro, you've been streaming way before 2023.
I understand, but
listen, I'm not. Since me and Steve cool, I'll see you on your stream whenever. Since you interviewing rats now, and remember, like I said, I'm just saying, it is what it is. Like I'm. But how you let a rat?
Here you go, Hakeem. So Tekashi 6ix9ine press Ain't Ross for pretty much interview Young Thug, but that stream did get canceled. They're gonna stream on another day. But you saw Thug did it. He did a stream. He did an interview with someone else that we already did a review about. But Hakeem, your thoughts on pretty much Tekashi 6ix9ine going around making it be known that Thug is a rat? Go right ahead.
So people gotta understand, when you approach people on that street shit doesn't matter. The guy doesn't care about none of that shit. You feel what I'm trying to say?
Correct.
Like I don't know what Tekashi thought. Like there was no leverage on that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know where he's gonna come in with that. I'm like, yo, you can't force a man to not want to mess with you. Like you was with somebody he wasn't rocking with. That's all.
Yeah, but remember Tekashi coming from a rat. Remember they made a big deal about Tekashi 6ix9ine being a rat. So I think he's doing the same type of energy towards Young Thug. Because remember, everybody kept saying Tekashi's a rat. They put rat all over the chat. So now he's making it be known, like, look, Young Thug is a rat. He need to be getting the same type of treatment y'all gave me. So that's why he's pressing people so hard. And he's not going to stop either. Shout out to Abby Ward, that's also in the building. Say peace to the KR Culture Radio, chat. Peace to you, fam.
It's good.
Like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board on this Turned Up Thursday. Now, everybody, we already know the situation that transpired with Charlie Kirk, him being assassinated. We will be doing different reviews of people with different reaction, but there's some trending news that we missed during the week, and we want to talk about it here. So, Hakeem, I don't know if you heard about that situation that transpired on the bus, how a legal immigrant attacked a woman on the bus. Go ahead, Hakeem, play that clip. Shout out to Jordan for sending us that clip. This happened this past week. Go ahead.
You talking about this one with the Ukrainian?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. With the Ukrainian, correct.
A heinous act captured on video. I want you to warn you that this is disturbing. It is very graphic. This is surveillance footage moments before a 23-year-old Ukrainian refugee was stabbed to death aboard a train in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, after she boards the train in her work uniform, she sits in front of her alleged killer. And after a few moments, in a seemingly just random act, the suspect pulls out a knife and attacks her.
Oh.
Heartbreaking indeed. I want to go live to CNN's chief law enforcement and intelligence analyst, John Miller, who's joining us from New York. John, what do we know, first of all, about this horrible attack and the alleged assailant?
Well, this happened back on August 22nd. The assailant, who's charged with murder in this case, is DeCarlos Brown, 34 years old. He's got 14 arrests in the Charlotte-Mecklenburg area. He just finished a 6-year stint for an armed gunpoint robbery and got out of jail a couple of years ago. And what we're trying to learn is more about what his encounters with law enforcement on the street have been since the time he was released from prison up until this incident.
The attack, as you know, John, has set off a political firestorm about crime in Democratic-led cities across the United States. How is this playing out?
Well, if you look at Charlotte, their crime is actually taking a dramatic turn in the right direction. Their murders down 29% as of the July numbers I read through. Aggravated assault, which would capture stabbings, shootings, and other assaults, is down 25%. So you look at Charlotte, and like many of these cities that are telling this story, their violent crime is trending in the right direction. Their property crime, burglaries, car theft, you see slight increases in, but they have a very dynamic police department there that has a combination of assertive policing.
And now show the clip of the White House Secretary Cartley speaking about the situation that transpired. Go right ahead.
The tragedy that has not received nearly enough media attention, the brutal murder of Irina Zarutska. Here are the facts that many outlets have shamefully and intentionally failed to report until President Trump drew attention to it. On August 22nd, Irina Zarutska was stabbed to death on the rail system in Charlotte, North Carolina by a savage career criminal. This is a public transportation system that many in the area use every single day to go to school and work. Irina was on the train that night traveling home from her job at a pizzeria, still in uniform from her shift. This beautiful, innocent 23-year-old young woman was a Ukrainian refugee who had recently fled her country for a chance at a safer life and a promising new beginning here in the United States of America. But tragically, a public transportation system in a major American city was more dangerous than the active war zone that she left. The president and the entire White House are praying for her family and friends during this unimaginably difficult time. But while we extend our thoughts and prayers, we must also seek justice for this crime and call attention to this heinous incident. Surveillance video of the killing was finally released to the public this past Friday. It shows the alleged killer, DeCarlos Brown Jr., pull out a knife, get up from his seat behind Irina, and prepare to thrust a blade into her neck before the released footage gets cut. This is pure evil on full display. The most enraging and unacceptable part of this story is that her death was entirely preventable. DeCarlos Brown never should have been on that train that night. In fact, he should have been behind bars. DeCarlos Brown has been charged with crimes no fewer than 14 times, dating back to 2011, including for armed robbery, felony larceny, breaking and entering, and shoplifting. Brown had previously served 5 years in prison for a robbery with a deadly weapon charge, and he had also forfeited bonds 3 different times, twice in 2014 and once in 2023. Despite all of this past documented criminal history, when Brown was arrested yet again in January of this past year, a Democrat judge, who I will add was a strong supporter of former Vice President Kamala Harris, released this insane criminal once again without requiring him to pay any bail. He simply had to sign a written promise to return for his court hearing. Think about how crazy it is to ask a career criminal, someone who by definition repeatedly breaks the law, to just sign a written promise and come back again another day. This is madness. This monster should have been locked up, and Irina should still be alive. But Democrat politicians, liberal judges, and weak prosecutors would rather virtue signal than lock up criminals and protect their communities. Today, I would like to address the tragedy that has not received nearly...
Hearing from the White House Secretary, hearing from CNN anchors, talks about what happened, pretty much that tragic situation that transpired. What is your thoughts on the whole situation?
So, I want to before I comment, look what Barbara Ann said. They're trying to make Barbara Ann said that is not true. The guy was mentally unstable, and yes, it's sad, but don't try to make it seem as the guy was normal or he was in his right mind. I'm gonna have to agree with Barbara Ann.
So you think he was mentally ill, Hakeem? Do you agree that
Had
he
to
was?
had to be. He looked it spaced out like a space cadet. I think here's the problem with the judicial system.
Go ahead.
When you get locked up, they do sometimes they do not do a mental evaluation. They think just locking people up is the way to go. This is why we are a prison country. And us as black people, we account for maybe 60% of the locked up population.
That is correct.
But not knowing what to do with us, not having transitional programs, mental health programs for not so we won't have reentry. Carlos had been in and out of jail. So we can always blame his parents and say this the parents had failed him, the system had failed him too. Why wasn't he required to do a mental health evaluation?
Hakeem, you know they don't really care. Come on now.
You know what I mean? And look, he said yes, him and his mother tried to get him mental help. He was released back into the city, going undetectable. His family tried to help. Barbara Ann, you seem like you know him. I'm sorry for the Carlos. We're not here to bash him. I'm sorry this had to happen to him, and we also sorry for the young lady who passed away.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Because
they seeking him to get the death penalty. Ron DeSantis, I don't have a clip, but he was talking about that. He said he hopes he gets the death penalty immediately.
And look, Barbara Amy said he's been in and out of health. So for a lot of people who don't know, they do not do mental health checks, and I don't think that
very expensive.
Very expensive. Yeah, it's very expensive. But here's the thing: if the United States don't want to be a police state, which we are, to try to help the citizens, we need to have mental health evaluation, and people need to go through programs to try to see what's wrong. It's the same reason with the persons when we have these mass shootings. All of these things are connected. You know what I mean?
Terry Fisher said, did they find out who the shooter was? They had two suspects when it
Yeah,
came to Charlie Kirk. Two of the suspects they let go, and now they're on a manhunt for another suspect. We're going to talk about that shortly. Pretty much, we're going to talk about different people reaction. Actually, after Hakeem finishes his state, we're going to talk about that too as well.
And Terry Fisher, mark my word, when they find out who unalive Kirk, you're gonna know it's somebody with military experience.
Of course,
to shoot somebody from that distance with that precision has to be one of our own military proficient shooters.
No, but Hakeem, mental health, we are paying for mental health is very, very expensive. Like Evelyn said, it's very expensive. People don't have the money to do that. Barbara Ann said I was following his story, and that's the only reason Trump wanted to give him the death penalty is because
she's white. Yeah. I can't disagree with you, but I do think too, Barbara, I want everybody to listen to me. And I'm gonna land right this because we gotta move on. As people, we know the system is not gonna help us. So we have to fight a little bit harder for our loved ones who are in these type of predicaments. Badly enough, the Carlos is gonna lose his life.
Yeah, yes.
You know what I mean? And we don't know if he has kids. We don't know, you know what I mean? He has sisters, he has families that love him. I pray over them, just like I pray over the Ukrainian. And this is just a testament to learn so we can move forward.
And I always tell people, if you're on the bus late at night, always be on the phone with somebody. I can't stress that enough, ladies. Be on the phone with somebody. If you're on the bus late at night or you're on the Uber, whatever the case may be on the phone with somebody because now we are living in dangerous time and women are the main target when it comes to these type of attacks. Unfortunately, this Ukrainian woman is no longer with us, but this is why it's so very important for you guys to check up on your loved ones and be on the phone, give somebody your location. I'm not gonna say that, sure. I'm not gonna say moving on to the main topic of today's show, Hakeem. So different people reaction to Charlie Kirk pretty much being assassinated in broad daylight. Hakeem, go ahead and play that clip from Ron DeSantis pretty much going in. It's after the Whoopi Goldberg. We're pretty much going in. Well,
I'm very angry that you had a guy that dedicated his life to taking the ideas that we all believe in and bringing them to inhospitable environments, the college campus. You know, people talked about him running for office. He could have gotten elected to some red legislative district. He wouldn't have had nearly the impact. He chose to go in the places where he knew he was going to get pushback. But he was dedicated to this idea that, you know what? I have a right to speak my mind. I want to change your mind. You can ask me tough questions. I'm going to be respectful and civil, but I'm going to tell you what I believe. And that's what he was doing when he got assassinated for political purposes. So I think he left a big legacy. Obviously, it's going to shatter the family, but this is a big wound for this nation because a Republican government cannot endure if we cannot have situations where it's safe to disagree, where you can actually go and give a different perspective. But we've seen people get shut down on college campuses. We've seen violence, not approaching this level, on college campuses. And then this event, I think, really gets to the heart of whether Republican government can long survive. So I'm very angry at what happened today. Obviously, they got to catch this guy, and we need a very quick death penalty prosecution. I don't want to see this take forever and a day. We need justice for this. I'm very angry.
I came. That's what they're going to now, folks. They remember a long time death penalty used to take about years. Pretty soon they're gonna move with death penalty very, very quickly because situations like this keep continuing to happen. Go ahead, Hakeem. Your thoughts on Ron DeSantis pretty much saying we need to get the death penalty, whoever the shooter was. Go ahead.
Ron, you never hear me say this, but I agree with Ron DeSantis. I gotta agree with him. I think we should have the political place where we can disagree. It's in our Constitution right to be able to freely express our minds and disagree. A lot of us are very sensitive and want to act on emotions because there's a different perspective. Some are liberals, some are Republicans. What's the problem with that? You know what I mean?
And it was shooter. It was all this was a white on white crime. It was. Shout out to the lovely Bobby Brown that's also in the building. And it's a Barbara Ann said it is not a wound for the nation, it's a wound for the mega. Moving along to other different people reaction, Hakeem, because this is we doing reaction to people pretty much how they feel towards Charlie Kirk. So Hakeem, here's Charleston White talking to Ada Ross about the situation what happened with Charlie Kirk. Go right ahead. And guys, feel free to comment. We're gonna have some engagement on these. The news on Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, hey, Unc, we just got done talking about that. That was horrible.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man.
I just can't believe that people are celebrating, that shit. Crazy.
Yeah. If somebody killed me, they're gonna celebrate that too. So I don't true it. It's some evil people in the world, homie.
Yeah, I know, bro. At the end of the day, he's got a family, bro.
Yeah, and he's never harmed nobody. He's just been, he may have hurt some people's feelings with his opinions and ideology. But he's never tried to hurt anybody.
What were you getting pressed on? It seems like it was a setup.
It was. So the whole questions was about snitching on a college campus. So they had a whole panel. It was 3 panelists. They had a moderator, but I had no idea that I was set up for this. They had cameras set up. They had the news set up. They had a live audience. I'm thinking I'm just coming to talk to kids.
Yeah.
So when I sit down, they had a whole list of questions, man, and the question was about snitching. So if you listen to my first response, I was cool, but they kept on asking snitching, and they're trying to blame snitching on slavery and the oppressors, and we're being persecuted. I'm like, man, these are college kids. Why would you be talking gangsters and Italian? I said, man, so I said, hey, y'all, listen. The old man told me this is why 2 black people, so I gave him that spiel. I got to catch a flight. I got to go. So when I left home, they came chasing after me with the phones out and things. So I'm saying, come on, man. So obviously they didn't want the man, so I gave him the character.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah, but I was disappointed, man, that they would. I've been on the front page of the American Bar Association Journal. I've spoken at some of the most prestigious college universities in the United States of America, man. Texas Western University, University of Texas, University of Arkansas in Fayetteville. Man, I've done a national study in a national partnership with the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism over at Arizona State University. So these are major universities that I've done partnerships with.
Right.
Here I am, the news on Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, hey, we just got done talking about that. It was horrible.
Your thoughts on Charleston White talking about pretty much Charlie Kirk. Shout out to Jabari that's in the building.
Jabari.
My guy. Barbara Ann said that this is the same guy that spoke concerning the Second Amendment, saying that someone who has to die. I had spoken to his own destiny. Yep, he did talk about that, the Second Amendment. He was very strong on that. But go ahead, Hakeem, your thoughts.
I think Charleston White is a conservative.
Yeah,
he's a Republican. He's from Texas. So
Very
his ideas align with what Charlie Kirk is saying. A lot of these are from Texas. They're gun owners. They believe in gun rights. I'm not opposed to gun rights. I want gun rights. It's a part of the Second Amendment. And I want people to understand we have the right to bear arms. But there's a thin line between this. That thin line goes back to Barbara, where we talked about our beloved DeCarlos Brown, mental health. We need federal checks on everybody who's buying guns. We need to see if you had mental health issues, DB issues. You should be excluded from owning a firearm if you have any of these issues. That's the only thing I would like. Anybody shouldn't be rarely have arms. We've already excluded convicted felons from owning arms. So we exclude people with mental health, aggression issues, depression, and all of these. All these things can lead to what we see now.
Now that buffet always say that they are angry about the senator and his wife, and they say nothing. Yeah, they are angry. But go ahead, Hakeem, you want to read that comment? Go ahead.
Yeah, it says Charleston White is the biggest clown in the industry. I don't even know why anybody gives him a logical lesson. He's the biggest hypocrite ever. Destin, I'm gonna have to agree with you.
Because earlier today I saw a video of Charleston White talking about he good that this C is gone. Go ahead.
You see, and he says, Kev Diave, he died because he turned his back on the Zionist movement. Do your homework on his stance in the last few months.
I don't know about that, but
we don't know about but he is
deep research.
He is kind of right. One thing about conservative, they're not pro. You're not going to say the tiny hat name. They're pro-American. Let's get that straight. Conservatives are pro-American. They do not want to align with anything else that doesn't value American views or any other country intervention here. We want to be able to do our own thing.
Moving along to more detail when it comes to Charlie Kirk assassinations. Go ahead. I can't. This coming from today's show. They talk about more detail concerning his death. Go right ahead.
This morning, the hunt is underway for Charlie Kirk's killer. The charismatic conservative activist shot at Utah Valley University. Kirk was discussing mass shootings in America when a shot rang out.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
The attack captured on video from multiple angles. The moment of impact, too graphic to show. Authorities overnight saying it was a targeted attack.
I want to be very clear that this is a political assassination.
A university spokesperson said the shooter appears to have fired from this building, some 200 yards from Kirk's location.
We saw him fall backward, blood shooting out of his neck, hit the floor, and we just had it bolted out of there.
Kirk rushed to the hospital in a private vehicle. The crowd of around 3,000 fleeing in panic. Authorities taking one man into custody shortly after the shooting and later releasing him. Then in the evening, FBI Director Kash Patel posting that a second man had been taken into custody, but less than 2 hours later, saying he was released. Overnight, authorities saying, quote, there are no current ties to the shooting with either one of these individuals and are now asking the public for tips. President Trump, who announced Kirk's death, calling him a patriot.
Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country.
The 31-year-old Kirk was one of the most influential young conservative figures in the country, an ally of President Trump since the 2016 election, and a close friend of many in the Trump White House. Kirk co-founded Turning Point USA as a teenager, eventually growing it into a powerhouse organizing group for young conservatives on college campuses. The group credited with helping Trump win over young voters in the 2024 election.
And let's just say thank you, God, for giving us Donald Trump and giving our country back.
Kirk, also a popular podcaster, was well known for his advocacy for conservative politics and traditional Christian views, attracting both support and controversy for his views on gender, gay rights, and race. His website calling him deeply involved in America's cultural and ideological battles. Kirk was a married father of 2 children, shown here joining him for a TV appearance just weeks ago. Overnight, tributes in Utah for a young activist whose life was cut short by an act of shocking political violence.
And regarding the videos that have been circulating,
folks, that's more detail. We got more detail too when it comes to aspect of sure. His image is out now for the 3rd suspect. But Hakeem, your thoughts are seeing that more details coming out about Charlie Kirk, and people are commenting. Love the engagement, guys. Keep it going. Go ahead, Hakeem.
It hurts.
You can be along in the comments too. If you see anything, just go ahead. Do your thing.
Yeah. And I want people to understand something. Charlie Kirk should have never died. He's an American citizen. He believes in his country, and he has the right to speak what he spoke. And I think that proving our point, the guy who was fueled by just this whole anguish of hating his views is the problem. The man had kids, and he is this. We don't all have to agree with the man. We do not all have to agree with him, but unaliving him was not what we said. That's not American citizenship. Americans do not hurt their own. We don't believe in that. And I do think that he had brought some value to the political place for a lot of us who are conservative and who are moderate conservatives. You know what I mean? He spoke to a lot of people, and he tried to bring it to young people. He was a young man himself. He was 30 years old. He was a Christian. He was married. He started a business. Turning Point is a big conservative platform, just like
some people still believe he was a racist because he said a lot of racist comments when it came to the Palestinians and also black people as well. So that's why he's not getting a lot of love. But we already know we do have different people respond, negative response when it came to aspect of Charlie Kirk. But let us say this in the chat. He said, check out New York Times headline from September 9th. This was a setup. And I heard that Meow say Charlie Kirk was secretly part of the LGBTQ community. I don't know about that, but because he really bashed them a lot, so I don't think he was part of the community.
I don't know how that is.
So Akeem, go ahead with this next clip when it comes to the aspect of Utah governor talking about the death of Charlie Kirk. Go right ahead.
Our nation is broken. We've had political assassinations recently in Minnesota. We had an attempted assassination on the governor of Pennsylvania. And we had an attempted assassination on a presidential candidate and former president of the United States, and now current president of the United States. Nothing I say can unite us as a country. Nothing I can say right now can fix what is broken. Nothing I can say can bring back Charlie Kirk. Our hearts are broken. We mourn with his wife, his children, his family, his friends. We mourn as a nation. If anyone in the sound of my voice celebrated even a little bit at the news of this shooting, I would beg you to look in the mirror and to see if you can find a better angel in there somewhere. I don't care what his politics are. I care that he was an American.
What did I just say?
We desperately need our country. We desperately need leaders in our country, but more than the leaders, we just need every single person in this country to think about where we are and where we want to be. To ask ourselves, is this it? Is this what 250 years has wrought on us? I pray that that's not the case. I pray that those who hated what Charlie Kirk stood for will put down their social media and their pens and pray for his family, and that all of us will try to find a way to stop hating our fellow Americans. Our nation is broken.
And don't get me wrong, chat. If y'all hate him in the chat, it's okay. I could go in.
It's okay.
We don't send somebody here. So
Hey,
release
we do not listen. We believe in the freedom of speech. You in the comments, you can go in. We're not censoring nobody. We believe in freedom of speech, the Constitution rights. You're a conservative, you're a liberal, you're gay, you could say it. And mind you, what he's talking about is this. Charlie Kirk was an American. Americans should not be assassinated on our borders for political views. We do not support that. I don't care if he didn't like black people. I didn't care if he didn't like gays. I didn't care if he wanted us to be segregated. I love America. America allows you to speak your goddamn mind. But for you to assassinate, and mind you, Ron, you want to know why nobody is not using him as an example? In our own communities, we could have done what Charlie Kirk has done to build a super PAC to speak on the problems and ideologies that we want. He did that for America. I never heard him call nobody an N-word. I know he spoke in some things, and he had some opinions about some stuff. We all have some opinions about some stuff. Him having an opinion made him racist, then I'm goddamn racist then. Because I got some opinions about Ron. I got opinions about you. Am I racist towards you?
No, but the different race, the different thing when it came to Charlie was because I seen some video clips and he was like, we gonna talk about right now when it comes to Amanda Seal. She talks about certain things Charlie said when it came towards black people and other races of people. So that people are not having remorse. People are not having empathy for Charlie at the same time.
Listen, I listen to both sides. Ben Shapiro, Candace Owen, Charlie Kirk, and what's the other guy? Adam Walsh, who's a part of the whole gang. I listen to the liberals too. You feel I'm trying to say? And listen, we need to be careful weaponizing the R word. You say it too much, then we can't identify what's racist anymore. Everything is racist now. You're looking at me. You're racist.
Yeah, but that's how it is. Everything is based on race. That's what thing.
Hey, so, I'm pumping gas. Hey, buddy, you drive. Hey, stop calling me racist. I'm pumping gas.
You know, but it's not a funny matter. But people, and we're gonna talk about that too, because TMZ's also got fired because after they found out Charlie Kirk was assassinated, a lot of people were celebrating the back. But they talked about it. But go ahead with Amanda Seal talking about how she not feeling sorry for Charlie Kirk.
I can't have empathy for someone like Charlie Kirk. First of all, Charlie Kirk don't believe in empathy. He said it's a bad thing. He said it's some new age made up shit. He also said people got to be sacrificed in order to protect guns. If he was saying that while fighting for reparations, I may have a little bit of empathy. But this white on white violence, he died? Damn, B. Life comes at you fast. I can't have empathy because I have no connectivity. I have more connectivity to someone who is a complete stranger that dies of a drug overdose than I do to someone like Charlie Kirk, because life is hard. And I understand that, because it takes very little for someone to end up committing themselves to an existence of numbness. I understand that. That man got murdered at 31 at a college event in the middle of a sentence talking about black gangs. What a way to go.
Which he was talking about black gang Hakeem. She does have a point.
Oh, Chanel.
But what's wrong with making?
He was actually taken out by an old white man in one of the whitest.
You're in a white school.
Whitery, witty white.
I don't think
states
that matters.
In existence. Empathy. He didn't get murked in Watts now. They took him out in Utah. They said Lady Oleana. I want you to know it was us.
Boy, the chat going in. Go ahead, chat. Do your thing.
Ain't no way it was a black man that took that man out. Not no Utah. Mm-hmm. Right as that bullet hit him, that man was in the middle of talking shit about gangs.
Yeah.
White on white crime.
I want to say this. Hey, Desmond, I know you did, but here's the thing. She does not represent all. I want all my viewers to know she does not represent all Black Americans. Her family.
No, but a lot of people feel the same way she does, though. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people feel the same way she does.
Bro, here's the thing. The way she was talking, she didn't sound like she had empathy. Here's the thing. We cannot feel. I understand we cannot. We need to be careful how we speaking, and I understand. And listen, everybody has the right to speak their mind, but the way she's speaking, there's a lot of things we got to disagree on. You feel me?
Right.
Opinions are opinions. We can't have things one-sided. That's the problem. You see, that's the problem. And I think this is the issue when we start talking about race, politics, gender, sexuality. It's always going to be this type of stuff. But for her to be she's very liberal on some stuff. But then on top of that, she goes after Black people too. She identifies as being Caribbean.
No, but Roxanne say he didn't say black gangs. He just say gang. He just pretty much say gang. But you got to keep it in mind which one people refer to the most. You're in front of a lot of white folks.
Listen,
you could have said a cartel. You could have gave him a name. He just say gang.
He said gang violence, right?
Right. In front of, but remember, people gonna take it the wrong way. It's in front of white folks.
It's in front of what? I understand that, but
people.
He didn't say black gang violence. He said gang violence. If we want to associate that he was like, mind you, if he was talking in front of a sea of black people, and he said gang violence, we have to understand the English language is very clear to understand. Very clear to understand. So when he said gang violence, I'm not in no gang.
No.
Are you?
No.
So in conversations, we make coalitions, we make generality statements. I don't think he was pretending speaking on gang violence in gang Black urban areas. He didn't say that. You feel what I'm trying to say? He was just trying to make an example about mass shootings and trying to make so here's the thing. He wanted to defend the Second Amendment right. I have no problem with that. Everybody has ideologies. What's the problem? We are so emotional when we hear people that are strongly opinionated about because it doesn't align with our views.
Well, Hakeem, the chat is divided. Some people agree with what she's saying.
I see that.
And I love it. I love to see the chat divided and having their own conversation. Moving on to other reaction when it comes to Charlie Kirk. Hakeem, Trump said this at the Pentagon today. Pretty much about Charlie Kirk. Go right ahead.
Before we begin, let me express the horror and grief so many Americans at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk have felt. Charlie was a giant of his generation, a champion of liberty, and an inspiration to millions and millions of people. Our prayers are with his wonderful wife, Eric, and his beautiful children. Fantastic people they are. We miss him greatly, yet I have no doubt that Charlie's voice and the courage he put into the hearts of countless people, especially young people, will live on. I'm pleased to announce that I will soon be awarding Charlie Kirk posthumously the Presidential Medal of Freedom. The date of the ceremony will be announced, and I can only guarantee you one thing, that we will have a very big crowd. Very, very big. Before we begin, let me express the horror and grief.
They have to stop with these big crowds. That's the problem. When you have this big crowd, you're going to have people who tend to do form of assassination. But Hakeem, what is your thoughts on him giving him the presidential honor? Go ahead.
I don't mind a big crowd. I just do not like people taking matters into their own hands for an opinion. For his ideology.
We living in an emotional time. I can't be. That's why I always tell people, even being a podcast, you got to be careful what you say, because whatever you say may trigger somebody. Somebody might try to hunt you down.
Listen, Hakeem. He was probably talking about the illegal immigrants, which they're allowed. Tren de Aragua.
But no, but he could have made it clear why. That's the problem. So now
he did.
We get what he's saying when it came to gang violence, but remember, you got other people from liberals and other news outlets. They're gonna be like, "Oh, he's talking about black people." That's the problem.
The Democrats will weaponize race, gang violence. They'll make it everything race to promote a narrative.
See, we're going to a political war, Hakeem. That's what
we're headed to. Some people with a smart mind will understand, hey, when he's talking about gang violence of the whole United States. Remember, they're all white gangs.
He should have clarified that. I'm saying
they're all white gangs
over here, but he should have clarified that.
There are Chinese gangs. There are Mexican gangs. There are triads. There are, you know what I mean? So there's so many gangs. How do we know he specifically was speaking about black people? He didn't even say it. He didn't say. I would have said he was in African American gangs. He said,
look at Shadow Pop. Shadow Pop said Hitler's opinion led to millions dying. I'm saying those opinions could be very dangerous. Compared to where it's coming from. Shout out to Urban Orders in the building.
Opinions are not dangerous. It's the fools who take the opinion and run with it. You an idiot to think that you said, hey, I'm going to go take a pistol to go murk somebody because he said something I don't like. Go get some goddamn help. The man got a right to speak what he wants. I can speak to what I want too.
Yeah. But remember, there's consequences in the way you speak. Like I say, look at what happened on Nick Fuentes. You see that he get banned off of YouTube. Look at other podcasters get banned off of YouTube for saying what they want to say.
People might not like it when I tell you this. I don't agree with Nick Fuentes. I don't agree with Fresh and Fit. I don't agree. But let me tell you something. As an American citizen, and I appreciate freedom of speech, I'm on here talking to y'all. We should not ban these guys because these guys should be able to speak what they want to speak. Whatever they want to speak, they can speak. Because when they start censoring people like that, then they're going to start censoring people like us.
Moving along to other people's reaction, Hakeem, you had Kai Cenat, who was live streaming yesterday. When he found out the news, he was shocked. Go ahead, play the clip.
That's the guy with like the crazy ass takes, right? Or some shit. He be saying some crazy. He be saying some crazy shit, right?
See?
Holy shit!
It's a crazy stuff.
What the fuck? Don't watch, okay, bet. He got assassinated. Shit. Alright, chat.
It's tough. It's tough, Hakeem. It is tough.
That's the guy with like the crazy ass takes, right?
And then also Hakeem,
or some shit. He be saying some crazy. He be saying some crazy shit, right?
When it comes to Charlie Kirk,
holy shit.
Show the third image of the gunman.
Don't watch, okay,
they are speculating him to be the shooter. Oh no, not that one. Keep going. Right there. So yeah, so that is the third suspect, folks, of their particularly him being a gunman, and there is $100,000 reward for anybody that have detail on this gentleman here, or any form of information what happened with Charlie Kirk. But Hakeem, like you said, this guy right here, Hakeem, he's not the shooter, man. He's just a regular guy. There's no way this guy's a shooter. There's no way. But Hakeem, your thoughts on Kai Cenat and also the third suspect of Charlie Kirk? Go right ahead.
I hope they find this guy.
Like, if you
hope,
think he's really the guy, like, come on now.
I do believe it. It's tough for a black man to have a different opinion. That's what they told us to think. Hey, that's the problem too. Just because we supposed to lean liberal because a lot of us are black. But what Kai Cenat didn't really have an opinion. He's not really political at all. I don't think he cares about the political landscape or what goes on with the day to day. He's rich. So he doesn't care what everyday American is going to in the steel belt.
No, but this could affect him too, because opinion is today. I'm talking about today, not back then. In today's society,
yeah,
people are taking opinion very, very seriously.
And
especially the liberals and other people that have a strong opinion. Go right here, King.
We understand that, but a lot of people feel they're outside of a lot of these opinions. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean?
But it's dangerous, Hakeem. It's dangerous. I would say it's hard today to really speak your mind the way you want to speak it, because people may get emotionally involved. That's what happened with Charlie Kirk. Things he said towards the LGBTQ community, Pakistanians, blacks, whatever you name it, people took it the wrong way. They didn't like it. And not only that, Hakeem, TMZ is under fire. Go ahead, Hakeem, show the clip of TMZ under fire for laughing when they found out the news broke about Charlie Kirk. Go ahead.
You're still sitting like that.
Oh. What?
Who?
Is that out? Wait, what happened? Charlie Kirk. Wait a minute, is this true?
Harvey and Charles, I found.
No. What happened?
There he is, right there.
Wait a minute, what happened? Is that him speaking?
And he just got shot.
Charlie Kirk?
Watch this. I mean, does this look like he gets shot?
Wait. Yes, it does.
Okay, come on, let's...
Did Charlie Kirk get shot?
Start writing the story.
Mark's writing. Hey, Jamie, one paragraph up.
Wait, is it...
Where is this?
Where
was it?
Utah.
Call the university right now. Can you call the police department?
Police.
Find out what police. Karumi, and all you guys, find out what police department handles this area.
He looks at security right there, sitting next to Utah.
Was this in Utah?
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's writing?
Jamie, who's writing? Janet, go.
Yeah, they'll celebrate, Hakeem. They'll celebrate.
Go to have somebody look at the Fox. Trump just posted that Charlie Kirk is dead.
All right, so is this ready to pull the trigger? We can get Trump cut in a second.
Janet.
Go ahead, Hakeem. Play the other clip with their response to that video, the video we just played. Go right ahead. Incredible.
We were live streaming all day during this tragedy when something happened in our office. As we were reporting the assassination of Charlie Kirk, there were some people in the back room away from our news desk here who were watching a car chase, and they were laughing, they were clapping, and you could hear it out here. And we want to make a couple of things clear. One is that I know these people, and they were not laughing, they were not reacting that way about Charlie Kirk's assassination. They were not. They would not work here if they did.
And that being said, we acknowledge that it was horrible timing. And for that, we are sorry.
We apologize. We apologize that you had to hear that.
And I get why, if you were watching,
we were
the stream, you may have felt that that's what the laughter was about. We assure you, it was not about that, but it was horrible timing. And
by the way, I get it too, and he gets it because we listened as we were talking.
You can go back and look on the stream. I actually walked off camera to go back and find out what the hell was going on, because it was inappropriate for the laughter at that time. But no one was laughing about the Charlie Kirk tragedy.
Nevertheless, we apologize for the way it sounded.
The stream.
Hakeem, you know this is TMZ we talking about. They have video footage. Why not show the footage of the video they was watching when it came to the car situation? But go ahead, Hakeem, your thoughts. You think they telling the truth?
I think they're telling. I think they're telling the truth. I think they're telling the truth. I don't think. I don't think the whole world is that insensitive.
I don't know, Hakeem. This one right here, he the whole world not insensitive. Well, go to right here with this come to MSNBC firing their news anchor for having a comment about Charlie Kirk. Go ahead.
But following up what was just said, he's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this, who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech or sort of aimed at certain groups. And I always go back to hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions. But following up what was just said, he's been one of the most divisive.
And then Hakeem later on, he was fired. So for that comment. So Hakeem, your thoughts is seeing TMZ, and I also seen this anchor being fired for the comment he made towards Charlie Kirk.
Now this is what I don't like. He shouldn't have been fired. He had an opinion. He had an opinion, so he's supposed to be able to have his opinion about his ideology. He did not speak about his death. He did not laugh. He did not joke. He said that his ideologies were divisive and hate speech. That's his opinion about that.
But if he been insensitive, he got fired.
Yeah.
That's the world we live in today. That's what I'm saying. Your opinion doesn't really. I know people always say your opinion don't really matter, but it seems like it does matter. If a man like him who worked for MSNBC gets fired, Matthew for getting fired just for having a opinion based on Charlie Kirk, and also TMZ laughing. Which it's horrible timing, Linda, because Linda even said it was horrible timing. It is horrible timing. However, TMZ is known for having so much video. They could have just put a video like, "Hey guys, this is the video we was watching, so we could clear up the air." But then we just coming out making a statement. I don't think it's good enough. I don't think it's good enough. It was bad timing, of course, but however, from what it looks like, it was crazy. But Hakeem, your beloved Umar Johnson had this to say when it comes to. Go ahead, Hakeem, read this comment he made today when it came to the aspect of the black community and not being pretty much insensitive when it comes to Charlie Kirk. Go right here, Hakeem. Read that post for me, please.
He said this: while I do not agree with Mr. Kirk rhetoric and consider him to be an anti-black bigot, I will never rejoice on the loss of life of anyone who hasn't directly participated in the unaliving of any member of the black African race. I am ashamed to see members of my own community celebrating this situation. I would never ask you to mourn the loss of an enemy of our race. To celebrate an unaliving is completely unacceptable. We know all too well that the greatest recipients of political assassination in this country have been our own people. Stop laughing at the misfortunes of others and prepare. Political assassination has returned to the United States of America, considered courtesy of deep state.
Deep word coming from Umar Johnson, and one of the people in the chat in the comments say Umar Johnson never go over to school now. But Hakeem, after seeing all the reactions, all the reviews when it came to Charlie Kirk, your thoughts on Umar Johnson say black people need to stop being insensitive, pretty much.
He right.
He's right.
The fact that everybody are rejoicing is disgusting.
Very disgusting. And you know, people in the comments, they going in. I love that. We love the different emotions people are having in the comments.
Yeah.
Different opinion. We love it. Keep it going. You know, it was unfortunate what happened to Charlie Kirk. It shouldn't happen to anybody. Yes, he was a right-wing conservative, very strong, have very strong opinion, but that doesn't mean you should have ended the man's life. Black people shouldn't be celebrating someone's died, because keeping in mind Martin Luther King was assassinated, and you know he made a statement within the world today which changed a lot of things in the United States. Charlie Kirk, will he change things in America history? Probably so. We don't know yet. It just happened. But his impact was made. Remember, he had 9 million followers on Instagram, 1 million followers on YouTube. He made a strong impact. Rather we hate it, like him, don't matter, love him. He made a strong impact, and you trust me, he's going to be missed. He was only 31 years old, 31 years old, and he's gone. because of his strong opinion. And it's sad, man. And also today is a sad day too as well, because today is a memorable moment with September 11, Hakeem. So go ahead, Hakeem, play that same bell from New York as they ring the bell for September 11 that happened 24 years ago, and also the Trump comment. Okay, I came and then Trump comment on this on September 11th.
And today, as one nation, we renew our sacred vow that we will never forget September 11th, 2001. Amid the horror of that morning, some used cell phones and office lines to whisper their final words to those who mattered most. They whispered indeed. At 8:59 a.m. aboard United Flight 175, Brian Sweeney called his wife, Julie. He told her, "Do good, go have good times. I totally love you. I'll see you again. I'll meet you up there." 4 minutes later, his plane hit the south tower of the World Trade Center. At 9:12 a.m. aboard American Airlines Flight 77, Renee May called her mom. Just the day before, Renee had learned that she was 7 weeks pregnant, but she never got the chance to share the news. She simply said, "I love you, Mom." 25 minutes later, Renee's plane struck the Pentagon. So violent, a strike it was. At 9:53 a.m. aboard United Flight 93, Elizabeth Waineo called her stepmom. They're getting ready to break into the cockpit. What do I do? I love you so much. They're going to break in. 10 minutes later, Flight 93 ended in the hallowed field near Shanksville, Pennsylvania. At 10:25 a.m., Tom McGinnis was trapped on the 92nd floor of the North Tower when he told his wonderful wife, Elena, on the phone, "There are people jumping from the floors above us. If we get out of here, it'll be a total miracle. I love you, darling. Take care of Caitlin, beautiful daughter." 3 minutes later, the tower fell. Out of the ash, we witnessed the awesome power of that incredible love. We've seen it rise again. Out of the wreckage, we watched unbelievable courage suddenly take form. And out of the darkness, we saw the timeless truth of American character shine for the world to see. And today, as one nation, we renew our...
There you have it, Hakeem. Your thoughts on the remembrance of September 11, and also today, pretty much today whole totality, especially when it comes to Charlie Kirk. Go right ahead.
Hey man, 9/11 was an assassination.
It was.
Charlie Kirk was an assassination to American values. You know what I mean? And I want us as blacks, whites, Asians, Hispanics to know that we are different, but we are all the same as Americans. And this, in us being divisive, and us having these things to break us apart is not gonna. We're not gonna go nowhere. And if you look at this and think that him dying, and we also remembering 9/11, we ain't no better than anybody who speaks hate.
Boy, you preach it. Even Linda said nicely said it was nicely said.
Yeah.
I don't got nothing else to say.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
That was beautiful, beautifully said. And I want people to realize that this is the nation. The nation is mourning today. It's mourning of the loss of Charlie Kirk, is mourning of the loss of what happened on September 11th. But we as people, as American people, we have to change. We got to change our American value and the way we think about one another. Would it get better in one day? No. It may take a lifetime. But at the same time, it starts today just by having empathy, just on Charlie Kirk, being gone. Now, we, like I pretty much stated, that he has strong rhetoric when it came to certain things, but laughing, making fun of someone that to me got assassinated. The president almost got assassinated. We have to change as people. We have to. Today is a sad day, but it's also a glorious day at the same time as well, because it shows that us as American people, we can come together and we can find resolution within ourselves. Like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Shout out to everybody that was in the building. We love you guys. We love you guys so very much. Even though some of you guys didn't agree with us, that had disagreement, we love you. We love you. We love you. But I can go ahead before we head up and out of here. You can read some of the comments for somebody you find to be very interesting to read.
Yeah, it says right rings be like facts while sprouting the dumbest ever. According to Kirk's own belief, we should have no empathy for his family. 9/11 has shocked the world, not just America. RP to those who did not make it out the towers. You have the right to say what you want, but it's consequences. But that's the point. There should not be consequences for freedom of speech. It's an oxymoron for you to say that. It was not hate speech, it was just speech. They hate it. So, and I'm going to end like this. Everybody has the right. There should not be consequences for speech. It does not make sense to want violence because somebody states an opinion.
But remember, they say the United States is a violent country. That's the problem. We love violence.
Then we need
violence
martial law.
When we have violence means we're victorious as American people. Well, but Hakeem, do you agree? One day, would they rule out the guns? Will we have a stronger gun law that nobody would be able to bear arms? Do you think we will order eventually?
I don't think so.
Probably so. You never know. Cause look at Japan. Japan don't even use gun, and look at their crime rate is like below zero. So it's like it's a possibility. Things could happen. Things could change. Things could change.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for being here on Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch, Rumble, X, TikTok, Bingo Live. Thank you guys so much for being here, man. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this Thursday, guys. If you want some of the Chaos Culture Radio merch, the link is pinned on top of the chat. And also, you should see like a small little shirt on your screen. Tap into it, and you leave you guys right over to our merch where you can go ahead and purchase it and join with us when we go live and rocking our merch and gear. We got the hats, the t-shirt, the coffee mug, you name it. It's all in the Chaos Culture Radio store. And also, guys, so very important, go to Chaos Culture Radio community post, the community tab where we leave important information. Also, President came new book, Raising Kings, and also Black Love that's out now, and also his album that's out now as well. And he's working on a new album before the end of this year. We really do greatly appreciate you guys so very much for tuning in on this Turned Up Thursday, man. We had so many of you guys in the building, commenting and engaging. Thank you guys so very much. And even when the show ends, you guys can continue the conversation, go right ahead. Thank you guys so much. We love you guys. And guys, remember, be safe out there. Be very safe out there. Always check up on your loved one. Thank you for tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio Turned Up Thursday. We over and out.